I'm Catherine Hughes. I'm the Chief Exec at British Nordic Walking, and my main job is I train instructors and support them setting up Nordic walking groups in the community, and I love what I do. It's a great job. One of the misconceptions is Nordic walking is only for old people, but we have lots of ultra runners coming to us to learn how to get more from their poles, runners using it for cross training, and as today here at Parkrun, people enjoying racing against the clock and challenging themselves. British Nordic Walking, our instructors put on weeker classes which give people a reason to get outside and to make new friends. Find your local instructor and they have a bag of teaching poles that you can borrow so that you can have a go, see if you like it, and then join the group.
I'm Bridget Lowe and I'm a qualified Nordic walking instructor. I first Nordic walked, I suppose, about 20 years ago when the council had a taster session and I had a go at Nordic walking and found some poles. And so I have Nordic walked on and off for quite a long time. Chris Stanley became a Nordic walking instructor and asked if I would like to help with her group and then to do the instructor training. So this is where I am. I think really from a physical point of view, if you can walk, you can Nordic walk. You can walk to your own level. If you only want to go for a stroll and a chat, you can go for a stroll and a chat. If you want to put a bit more into it and improve your technique, you can, or you can go at the really top level and you can compete. The groups which we run, Fiona and I, one of them is very largely people with Parkinson's, and that is very much a social group, but it gets them out in the fresh air, a chat, and just walking.
I just feel that now I'm getting older, I'm getting a bit too close to 80, I feel as though I need to keep moving, and it's just a good way to do it. The good thing about Nordic walking is you're outside, you're moving and you're socialising, so it's a big all three. And in terms of flexibility and muscle strength and just feeling good, well, it just covers everything.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in January 2024. Underwent a lumpectomy and had both my breasts reconstructed, but then they found I'd got cancer in my lymph nodes, so I had to have those removed as well, which, to cut a long story short, has caused me to have lymphedema in my left arm, which makes it quite swollen. So movement and lifting things is quite difficult. So I found anything like yoga, Pilates, anything where I've got to lay on the floor, I can't do because of my breast as well as my hands and my arm. And actually a friend sent me it was a snippet out of a magazine about Nordic walking, and I thought, I'll go and try that. And I got in touch with Fiona and she said, come along and try it. And it's so cheap, it's down the road. So, and I thought, I don't know, because the other thing is that you lose your confidence. Like, I lost my job, I didn't want to go out because people just ask you how you are, and some days you feel absolutely there and you don't want to speak to anyone. But this group's lovely. Bridget and Fiona are great, and you can do whatever level you want to with your walking. So if you're having a bad day, you just do the warm-up. I mean, this is the most exercise I've ever done, just doing the warms up. Now I'm getting the hang of it. So yeah, that's why I come and I've met new people and really enjoy it. I've got rid of the cancer, but you then have to keep the cancer away, and that's really difficult because they treat you for 10 years, and the side effects are really quite awful. The sickness, stiffness, and you go through the menopause again. So you've got all the sweats, all the brain fog, everything that the women always get, and getting out and meeting people is better for you, because once you've had a walk, you feel better when you get out in the fresh air, even if it's raining like it has been today. It's great because you think, no, I've had a good day. Yes, I was stiff when I got here, but I've done some exercise today. I've not been sat at home worrying about my side effects and whether I'm going to get cancer in another 2 years, so that's it. And mentally, it's really difficult because you become isolated, because you're quite poorly to start with, and all your days just consist of hospital appointments, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, and then the tablets, going to a GP. And I just have a normal day where you meet normal people that don't ask you about your cancer is great.
I've known the social prescribers for a couple of years now, and it was just a chance to not only meet new people but try different exercise. With me suffering with dyspraxia, it was a chance for me to challenge myself and to see if I could get used to the patterns and rhythms. Being in the countryside really helps, but it's the social aspect. Just meeting a group of people, getting to know them. With me suffering with anxiety, I struggle the most, but I try to put that past when doing physical activity, and it's been amazing to see the benefits from that.
The Nordic walking really helps because people with Parkinson's tend to lose a lot of their rotation when they're walking. So by using sort of opposite hand with legs, you're getting that good rotation in the body, which helps you take a bigger stride. Because if you're very rigid and you're not getting any rotation, you take smaller steps, and that can be when you then end up shuffling and obviously more risk of falling. I'm a retired physio, and since I've retired, I've been a volunteer with the social prescribing teams. And it's really important for me for everybody to be able to access exercise, no matter what your level of fitness is and whether you've got chronic conditions. So Nordic walking is brilliant because it encompasses everything. Everybody can do it, regardless of your level of fitness and whether you've done much exercise in the past. As part of the Walk Knots Festival, we put on some extra taster sessions, and this had such a good response that as a result of the walking festival, we've made this a regular session. I'm a volunteer with the social prescribing teams, and they're linked to GP practices, and the Collingham practice have been very supportive, very proactive. They, on their screen in their waiting room, they've advertised our session and put about it on the Facebook page, and they've referred some people, they've mentioned to some of the patients about our group. So they've been really supportive. And following on from that, they have highlighted other groups that are going on. So as a result, I went and did a little bit of a session on exercise and Nordic walking with their diabetes group this morning. So it's broadening out. They've also linked me up with Best Years Hub. So again, another outlet to spread the word. So it's been really important, the relationship with the GP practice.
Some of the sessions that we do, we're sort of focusing on people who have who are on lower incomes. They sort of come from deprived areas. So we do a lot of sessions for people who are retired. They come along, they become part of the community, and they just have a good laugh, really. One gentleman, he's come along to do the Nordic walking. Before, he wouldn't even venture out the house. A social prescriber from the doctors asked him what he'd want to do. He said he'd quite like walking, so he suggested trying Nordic walking. He come along, he really enjoyed it. Now he's got a group of friends. He goes out to the theatre with them, goes out for meals, and it's totally changed his life, really.
I discovered Nordic walking, and it is so helpful. I've got fitter. It's really helped my lymphedema in my arm. I just love it, and you can make it anything you want it to be, whether it's sort of to get you fitter, you can even sort of race and all sorts of things and everything in between. It really ticks so many boxes.